and also Kirsten also joined. Also, wonderful devotees I had one time, they invited me, and I still remember that it gave me the utmost pleasure visiting Ramakrishna Prabhu and his wife Lata. They also joined. And also from Dallas, Abhay Mohan Prabhu joined first time. So welcome those devotees and hope and pray that holy name can give us more strength to always remain close to each other, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and let's make that life successful in this, getting free from the cycle of birth and death. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful was Ravi Pipilya Prabhu, Rajeshwari Priya Mataji, Govinda Gita Devi Dasi, Kasturi Manjari Mataji, Sishtastika Devi Dasi, Parameswari Devi Dasi, Amol and Smita Panchpande, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Girivar Dhari Prabhu, Shriya Devi Dasi, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, Satchinandan Krishna Prabhu, Manani Mataji, Hanuman Prabhu, Prathamesh Prabhu, Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Saman Prabhu, Leela Manjari Mataji, Rag Bhakti Mataji, Vrajeshwari, no, they didn't join today. Sugandh Raj Prabhu, Aradhana Devi Dasi, Janki Khan Prabhu, Labhanga Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Parmanand Hari Prabhu joined sharp at 3:30. I was so happy to see. Nandandan Priya Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarati Mataji, Shrikant Pankaj Gupta, always join at 2 o'clock unless you travel. Rohit Mishra Prabhu, back on track, Haribol. Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devidasi, Saraswati Devidasi, Sumitra Radha Mataji, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Devian Sen Saloni, Vraj Vinod Prabhu, Anand Vinodini Mataji, Priyanka Mataji, Rukmini Priya Mataji, Gopal Hari Prabhu, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Namanand Prabhu, now they are traveling, Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Raghunath Priya Prabhu, Ganga Devidasi, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Rajendra Prabhu, Abhay Prabhu, Swedhi Prabhu, Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Amal Atman Prabhu, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Tulsi Priya Devidasi, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, Sarvatarak Prabhu join at 2:07 or 2:08 a.m. Haribol. Amal Nam Prabhu, Govinda Mohini Devidasi, Krita Lakshman Prabhu, Matanga Gopi Devidasi, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Karunamai Mataji, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Shukruti Devidasi, Kamini Priya Mataji. I didn't see them, maybe hope that she's feeling better, unless I missed her. Sundari Leela Mataji, Prem Tarangini Mataji, Sharmista Sahi, Mamta Mataji. I didn't see Balram Prabhu, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Harikatha Mataji, Pitambar Priya Padbu, Chintamani Devidasi, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Suchitra Devidasi, C. Kumar Prabhu, Kanta Devidasi, Rashmi Mataji, Sisa Kapoor Mataji, Shrikant Survase Prabhu, Nitya Navli Devidasi, Neeraj Srivastav Prabhu, Prafulanand Madhav Prabhu, and also his wife Sripad Lalita Devidasi, Vani Prabhu, Lekha Mataji, Sudevi Sundari Mataji, Radhika Bhakti Mataji, also Madan Khandu Prabhu, Patita Pavan Prabhu, Shri Padma Manjari Mataji, Sarva Sakti Devidasi, after traveling, Haribol, nice to see. Jayanti Sharma, then Bernice Gauradas and Dayakeli, Piyush Jaiswal, Kirsten, Ramakrishna Prabhu and his good wife, and Abhay Mohan Prabhu. So let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Jaiva Dharma. Hare Krishna. Muted. Ishwar Krishna Prabhu is traveling, so he sent me the text message. Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu will play the song. Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, are you aware? Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu,
Yes,
are you
yes,
there?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. 1 minute.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নাগর যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নাগর গোকুল রঞ্জন কানা গোকুল রঞ্জন কানা মদন মনোহর গোপী পরণ ধন মদন মনোহর কালিয় দমন বিধান কালিয় দমন বিধান কমল হরি নাম অমেয় বিলাস কমল হরি নাম অমেয় বিলাস বিপিন পুরন্দর নবীন নাগর বর বিপিন পুরন্দর নবীন নাগর বর বংশী বদন সুভাষা বংশী বদন সুভাষা ব্রজজন পালন অসুর কুল নাশন ব্রজজন পালন অসুর কুল নাশন নন্দ গোধন রাখোলা নন্দ গোধন রাখোলা গোবিন্দ মাধব নবনীত কাশ কর গোবিন্দ মাধব নবনীত কাশ কর সুন্দর নন্দ গোপালা সুন্দর নন্দ গোপালা যমুনা তট চর গোপী বসনর যমুনা তট চর গোপী বসনর রাসরসিক কৃপাময় রাসরসিক কৃপাময় শ্রী রাধা বল্লভ বৃন্দাবন নটবর শ্রী রাধা বল্লভ বৃন্দাবন নটবর ভগতি বিনোদ আশ্রয় ভগতি বিনোদ আশ্রয় যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নাগর বকুল রঞ্জন গান বকুল রঞ্জন গান গোপী পরাণ ধন মদন মনোহর গোপী পরাণ ধন মদন মনোহর কালিয় দমন বিধান কালিয় দমন বিধান কালিয় দমন বিধান কালিয় দমন বিধান
Thank you very much, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song. Prabhupada used to say this is the favorite song of Krishna. He enjoys when we say Nanda Nanda. So we were reading from the Jaima Dharma. So we would like to offer our humble obeisances at the desk of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And we pray at his divine lotus feet that when we read, something may struck in our heart and mind and stay eternally. So I'll read the one more paragraph that we read other day and then we will continue. Statements such as Tattvam Ashi and Aham Brahmasmi eulogize Brahma Nirvana, thus urging the Salvatians to fully pledge themselves to the pursuit of Brahma Nirvana. That is not negative, but rather meritorious. Yet, this does not make Brahma Nirvana. This is Brahma Nirvana, the ultimate perfection. The ultimate Vedic conclusions asserts that bhakti is the purest sadhana and prema bhakti is the highest sadhya. That's where we left. So, Rajanath, is it actually possible that the Mahavakyas, the preeminent aphorisms of the Vedas that I have just quoted, present an ultimately false sadhya and sadhya sadhana concept? Raghunath Das Babaji, are these Vedic edicts that you call the Mahavakyas really so excellent? And do they actually predominate over other Vedic testimonies? No. Where is such an opinion upheld? Certainly, within the Vedas themselves, these aphorisms have not been designated as Mahavakyas. Clearly, then, the Acharya of the path of Gyan have inventively designated these statements as Mahavakyas for the sole purpose of lending weight to their own philosophy. Factually, the pranava, the seed vibration Om, is the only and actual Mahavakya to which all other Vedic statements are related. Also, however, it would not be exaggerated to say that every statement of the Vedas is a Mahavakya. To discriminate and designate one Vedic aphorism as a Mahavakya and the others as Samanya Vakya, ordinary saying, is simply mental speculations. This biogated provincialism is surely an offense against the Vedas. Actually, in the relevant khandas, the Vedas praise karma as well as mukti and give suitable versions of the sadhya and sadhana practice for the respective attainment of both these goals. Yet, when the final analysis is drawn, all arbitrations are harmonized in the conclusion that only bhakti is the true and actual sadhya and sadhana. The Vedas are said to be like a cow, and Sri Nandan Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is the milkman who milks her. The following statements of Sri Krishna is an absolute conclusion and found in the Bhagavad Gita 647, 646-47. Tapasvibhyo diko yogi ज्ञानी भ्योपि मतोदिकः कर्मिभ्यास छादिको yogi tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empirist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Yoginam api sarvashvam madghatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam shome yukta tamo mataha. And of all the yogis, the one with great faith who always abides me, think of me within himself and render transcendental loving service to me is the most intimately united with me in yoga is the highest of all. The Svetara Upanishad 623 declares, Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite kathita yatha prakashante mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit devotional faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. In the Gopal Tapni Upanishad, Purva Vibhag 15, we find Bhaktir Asya Bhajanam Tad Iha Mutropadhi Nairasyenai Va Mushmin Manasah Kalpanam Etad Evacha Naiskarmayam. Bhakti to the Supreme Lord Sri Govinda is real bhajan, churning the desire for earthly as well as heavenly sense enjoyment. Absorbing the consciousness purely in Sri Krishna, the Supreme Brahman, with love is indeed unmotivated bhakti and is known as complete surrender. Further, in the Bruhat Aranyaka Upanishad 148, we find Atmanam eva priyam upashita. One must worship the Atma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowing Him to be very near and dear. In Bruhat Aranya Upanishad 456, it is said, Atma va are drushva yaha shrotavya mantavyo nidhi dhyasitavyaha. O Maitreya, always hear and think about, meditate upon, and see all objects related to the Supreme Personality Godhead, the Super Soul, Sri Hari. Any person who scrutinizes these Vedic postulations will automatically draw the obvious conclusion the path of bhakti is the real sadhana. Vrajanath. The Karma Kanda instructs its adherents to perform bhakti with faith to Ishwar, who bestow the result of all actions. In the Jnana Kanda, there is the sadhana chatushtaya, one of which is bhakti, which strive after Haritoshana, satisfying Sri Hari. If bhakti is thus apparently employed in the achievement of bhukti and mukti, how does bhakti then uphold its claim of being the ultimate eternal goal and highest sadhya? It is naturally assumed that bhakti, first acting as a sadhana, offer bhukti and mukti, and thereafter losing its utility, is abundant. Kindly shed light upon this topic. Raghunath Das Babaji. It is absolutely correct that in the Karma Kanda, chapter Bhakti is used as means to obtain bhukti, and in the Jnana Kanda, chapter Bhakti is employed to offer mukti. To understand this employment of bhakti, one fact must be clearly understood. No goals or result can be achieved if the Supreme Lord, the fountainhead of all the energies, is not satisfied. Whatever volume of energy is found in the jiva or in a matter is merely a fractional display of the potency of the Supreme Lord. I always think that we are not utilizing even 10% of the energy that Krishna has endowed within us. We feel we can't do this, we can't do this, but if we practice, we can do a lot of the things. Essentially, neither karma nor jnana is able to satisfy the Supreme Lord properly and attract His mercy. Only bhakti is able to attract His mercy. Therefore, only when bhakti is applied to it as a part of karma or jnana processes do these ultimately bhakti dependent processes offer their specific results. Thus, the path of karma and jnana harbor bhakti abhas, a merry semblance of bhakti, and not Shuddha Bhakti. But also we have to remember that this is also, Krishna is so kind that he has given those process. By engaging them, and if they remain inquisitive, they can make ultimate advancement to the bhakti also, like we learn as a ladder of our advancement. In fact, there are two varieties of bhakti abhas. Suddha bhakti abhas, a semblance of pure bhakti, and with the bhakti avas, a semblance of mixed bhakti. I will describe Suddha Bhakti Avas later. But for now, understand that Vitha Bhakti Avas is further mixed with fruitive actions. Jnana Vitha Bhakti Avas, a semblance of bhakti mixed with monistic knowledge. And Karma Jnana Abhyavidya Bhakti Avas, a semblance of bhakti mixed with both fruitive actions and monastic knowledge. A yagna during which invocatory prayers are made, such as O Lord Indra, O Pusana, O Shankar, kindly grant me the result of this yagna, is Bhakti Abhas performance, constituted of karma with the Bhakti Abhas. Some spiritual authorities have shown this type of adulterated bhakti as karma mishra bhakti. Still, others have called it aropa siddha bhakti, seeking achievement through the artificial interpolations of devotion. Outburst in an emotional state, such as, O Yadunandan Krishna, I turn to you, driven by fear of this fierce material existence. I'm constantly chanting your sacred names, Hare Krishna. Kindly deliver me, give me mukti, or, O Supreme Controller, you are the Brahman. I have fallen into this deep well of illusion. Please pick me up and allow me to merge with you. Are example of Jnana with Bhakti Abhas. Again, some spiritual authorities have designated this type of adulterated bhakti as Jnana Mishra Bhakti, devotion mixed with empirical knowledge, or Aropa Siddha Bhakti, seeking achievement through the artificial interpolations of devotion. All such apparently devotional activities are very distinct from Suddha Bhakti. The quality of bhakti described by the Supreme Lord in the shloka of the Bhagavad Gita 647 quoted previously is Shuddha Bhakti. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatendra atmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam shreme yukta tamo mataha. Of all the yogis, the one who with great faith always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and render transcendental loving service to me, is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and it is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So this Shuddha Bhakti is our sadhana. And in the perfected stage, Shuddha Bhakti is transformed into Prema. The two paths described as karma and jnana are simply related to bhukti and mukti respectively. They do not constitute the means of guide the jiva to his highest eternal perfection, prema bhakti. At this point in the question and answer session, Vrajanath seems to have run out of further questions. He thought within to faithfully examine and ponder over these profound and subtle topics is better than subjecting them to the tricky rhetorical analysis of Nyaya criticism. Also, Babaji Maharaj is obviously so proficient in all these subjects that I'm sure my quest for spiritual knowledge will be gradually satisfied by further inquiry in the future. As the late night has now arrived, I should return home. Aloud, Vajnath then said, Respected Babaji Maharaj, I have learned such wonderful truths from you today. I would very much like to visit you from time to time to receive instructions and knowledge from you. You are a vastly learned scholar. Please be compassionate with me. Yet, kindly answer just one more question before I leave. Has Sri Gauranga compiled his instructions in any book? I would like to get a copy. Raghunath Das Babaji. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not personally written down any of his instructions. His followers, however, have written volumes upon his order. The Lord has personally given only 8 verses, known as Sustastaka. The devotees cherish them as a necklace of priceless gems. They contain all his instructions in a condensed form. The advanced devotees have probed deeply into these esoteric dictums, mining out 10 fundamental eternal truths, known as Das Mula, in the form of aphorisms. These 10 truths wonderfully encompass and expound the philosophy of sadhya and sadhana in the three divisions of one, Sabandha, the philosophy of eternal interrelationship between the Supreme Creator and his various energies, Abhidya, the means of attaining the eternal goal, and Prayojana, the nature of the eternal goal itself. In the beginning, it is best that you too comprehend these truths. Vrajanath replied, As you desire, tomorrow night I will come and learn the Dasamula from you. You are my Shiksha Guru. I offer my Dandvat Pranamsan to you. Raghunath Das Babaji firmly embraced Vrajanath and said, My dear son, you have sanctified the Brahmana class. Come tomorrow and bring joy to my heart. Thus, end the 12th chapter of the Jaiva Dharma entitled Nitya Dharma, Sadhana, the means of attainment, and Sadhya, the ultimate goal. So we will be embarking upon the chapter number 13, Nitya Dharma, Sabandh, Abhiday and Prayojana, Part 1, Praman, Evidence and Pramaya, Truth. The next evening, Vrajanath came and sat down upon the platform below the bakul tree outside the Shiva's Angan temple. The elderly Raghunath Das Babaji had developed a paternal affection for Vrajanath and was waiting for him. Several times the thoughts of Raghunath Das Babaji had strayed to outside the temple in expectancy. So when he heard of Rajanath's arrival, he quickly came out of the Angan and greeted him with an affectionate hug. Raghunath Das Babaji then steered Rajanath toward his personal bhajan kutir, which was at the side of the temple courtyard surrounded by jasmine trees, and invited him to sit down. Brajanath reached down and touched Babaji's feet. After taking Babaji's foot dust and spearing it upon his head, Brajanath felt greatly elated and said submissively, "Respected Babaji, kindly instruct me upon the Dasmula tenets, which contain the essence of the teaching of Nimai Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." The heart of the religious patriarch exulted upon hearing the words of the younger man, which revealed his sincere desire to learn. He replied, "My son, I will now impart to you the philosophy of Dasmula. You are a scholar. Ponder over the philosophy contained within the following verse, which present the 10 doctrines concisely and displays their importance." It's a very, very long verse. So I think we should read that verse tomorrow and then we will continue the discussion. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful and totally fearless. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who take so much austerity to join and support the chanting of all the devotees who join from Houston, from India, from New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Alachua, Austin, College Station, Tempe, Phoenix, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, New Orleans, Baltimore, and Portland, Oregon. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you very much for joining. And if Krishna so desired, we will see you tomorrow morning at 2 o'clock if you would like to join that early. If not, then you can join at any time that can be convenient to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hari Bol, Jai Govinda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Oh, my phone was muted. When my phone get muted?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
It was muted. What happened? When it get muted?
We are able to hear you.
Huh?
We could able to hear you, Prabhu. We could
There
able
was
to
no.
hear you.
From where it was muted? Did you hear the book or not?
Yes, Prabhuji. We have
Yes,
heard. Otherwise, we'll call you.
Oh, okay.
Computer TV is on, so
Hare Krishna,
Oh,
Prabhu.
okay.
Happy Teachers' Day.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Prabhu. We learned
Thank
a lot of things from you. So humble obeisances and Dandavat Pranam
Hari Bol,
on the
Hari Bol.
Teacher's Day to you.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Prabhu. I'm nothing but the menial servant
एक मिनट ये बंद कर दो
with
Hare
no
Krishna,
good
Prabhu.
qualification, striving to attain something. That's all it is. More
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Hari Bol.
Dandavat Pranam.
Danvat, when you are leaving tomorrow, mother?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Wish you the
Hari Bol.
safe journey.
Please bless me that I learn spiritual most important points in my life and adapt them in my life.
Yes. Become completely dependent on Krishna. Reduce all the necessities of our life. Make it very simple. That's the way. It's, I don't know, those are the thoughts is going in my mind and heart. We should simplify it. Eating, drinking, whatever we do, minimize.
Yes.
And increase those activity for the pleasure of the divine couple. That's the thing. So if we will keep on increasing our spiritual activity, automatically those things will be gone from our life.
Yes.
So that's what we need to do. Increase our time. Note it down how many hours a day you really absorb in spiritual activity. And increase, keep on increasing day by day, some half an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Then automatically other activity will reduce. We don't have to work separately.
Yes. Please bless me so I can do that.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Holy name will bless us, everybody. Is waking up, those thoughts is coming into our mind and heart. So that's a beginning. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone. So,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Raghav Chaitanya. I reduced my speed today. Have you noticed?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Just less time. Yes.
Yes. Today I was chanting slow.